My name is Alex Dursick, and today we are going to be talking about the two instructional design principles of CTML, why they work, and how they can help us to create more effective courses. Well, CTML is the cognitive theory of multimedia learning. This theory describes how learners can gain the most knowledge by using pictures and words. The two principles of CTML are reducing extraneous processing and managing essential processing. Essential processing is when cognitive processing during learning helps to build a mental picture of the essential material in the lesson during the working memory stage. The goal of essential processing is to keep learning manageable, which is made possible through three principles. Segmenting allows for information and key material to be split up in smaller, more manageable chunks, which helps the learner to learn at their own pace. For example, having a slideshow and letting them move to each slide on their own. Pre-training allows for students to get an idea of concepts and key terms before diving into the lesson without knowing all of the terms and information which they may come upon. Lastly, modality helps to present words in a spoken form rather than just words in a PowerPoint. A way to include modality into your lessons is to record lectures with the teacher's voice rather than giving them a plain slideshow with only text. When we use all three principles to manage essential processing, more students will begin to succeed in taking content on a whole new level. Next is extraneous processing. Extraneous processing is the cognitive processing that does not reach the learning objective goals for the lesson. This can occur due to having poor instructional design of the course or lesson. There are 5 principles that make up extraneous processing. First, coherence helps to avoid any extraneous words or pictures in presentation. This can include not incorporating complex diagrams, colorful backgrounds, or loads of text to reduce processing for the learner. Signaling can be as simple as bolding words or highlighting important information in guided notes or in PowerPoint lectures. To avoid redundancy, it's helpful to avoid captions where there is already narration being used. Using subtitles can add another aspect that learners will focus on during the lesson, and they can miss the main idea. Subtitles could be helpful if the student watching the video speaks another language or if there are high levels of vocabulary throughout. Spatial contiguity are just captions for pictures essentially. It can be helpful for students to gain more knowledge about a photo that's being presented to them by having a key bit of information under it to explain what is going on. Temporal contiguity is the last principle that incorporates visual materials corresponding to narration. This is different from redundancy because this is where the teacher will just explain what is on the slide or explaining a picture with their words rather than just having captions turned on for videos. All of these principles come together to help reduce extraneous processing and make learning easier for learners. Then, in the end, our learners can be successful by reaching their learning goals and objectives. In conclusion, it's important to have a strong instructional design during courses, which is the main takeaway from CTML. When lessons can reduce extraneous load and manage essential processing, this is a representation of a strong instructional design for your course. All principles for reducing extraneous load and managing essential processing are a guideline for a strong lesson and will result in positive feedback and results from your students. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about the cognitive theory of multimedia learning and how to reduce extraneous processing along with managing essential processing.